Football at that in the city of brotherly love at Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180! 54, Mike. Check. Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 54. Mike, 54. No!
Wentz now on first down. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball.
Great 15.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Check.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Hey, red 5-2, out here.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
What's this?
On first down, Williamson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Go.
I'm getting tired of seeing me. Mike 5-4. Mike,
Bring it to him.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Buccaneers' 42-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
All day.
Here.
Check 3.
And ram.
On second down, Eckler. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Done.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Black, come on.
Mike 54. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll get this to Eckler. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
59.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 74 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
74.
Right there. 54.
Hey, wahoo!
Here's Wentz to throw. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 180!
Mike 54. Watch the run.
Sunday.
Now Wentz again. And he connects with Ertz. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wentz now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Now Eckler. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
59
mark.
Hey, Yelta.
You. Mike's 50.
Now a give right side. It's Williamson. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 48 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch the ball.
Throwing, Winston. And oh, what a catch that time by Landry. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Jameis to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
These two teams all tied after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Wait, bang it. 56. Easy. 56.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No. Sunday.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
But that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Here I come again. 45's the mic. Watch the
Hey, kill. Hey, forward toe kill.
check.
What's your son?
Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Go. 120.
I'm coming. Big ass.
Hey, kill.
59 Mike.
Winston.
Check. 59.
On 2nd down, it's Williamson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Right there. 50,
Hey, exit.
54 Mike. Here we go. Hey, one set. Check Mike. 50.
To throw is Wentz. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready? We're waiting.
Stick it to Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Sled.
Wait. 5-0. Easy.
Banjo. 56. Mike, 56. Boom. 56. Watch the run. 56.
And he gives this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's get it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
What we got?
Done.
Check 59, Mike.
We're done.
Wentz. It's caught. Michael Brewer. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Wentz now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. On the ball.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Tokyo!
94 is the Mike. 94 is the
Alpha!
All day, the Alpha. 94 is the Mike. 94 is the Mike.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
Now Wentz on third down. And he gets it to Funchess complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. They'll try the left side. Williamson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
Here we go. Back man. 280. Man 5-7. Hey, empty.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Watch 6-6. Pull it high.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Winston now. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready?
Blue 80. He's taking some money. It's coming this way. Coming this way.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Wait.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready? Black 22.
Check 56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A first down throw for Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Winston. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Out. Come on. Sunday. Slam.
Here's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A A second down throw for Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, we got 3 down.
40, 82, 40. Hey, high 7.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I got you, son. Check 59. Mike is 59.
They run the counter. It's Williamson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
What's your son?
Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
Go.
Watch the run. They're running it.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Now 3rd down and long.
Here we go. 180.
54 Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Going up top. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 46-yard line.
Ready. Back to the back behind.
56. Come on, D.
And again this time to the tailback. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Hey, stop. What is that? 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Ram. Kill.
They'll try the left side. Williamson up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
go. Back man. 280.
54. Oh, you got deep?
Working from the gun, Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Shotgun now for Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mike 5-4, Mike.
Hey, Haywood!
Hey, tight.
On second down now. Hensley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Done. 180.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Trey 15. Trey 15.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Jannard Avery, his second sack of the night. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're going to work.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Joker.
Johnny. Let him go.
Under 10. Let's go. Come on.
Let him go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
56. Mike.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ready? Blue ready.
Check right 47.
Left guard defense. Left guard defense.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. It's caught by Funchess. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Mike's by 4. It's
Small.
That's got to be a long.
82.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Ready, flag, 23, check 56.
Now Winston. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready? Move ready.
Stick it to Mike.
No game on this defense. No game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with time running out. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.